seemingly completely disconnected, or not. So when the COVID thing started and we started getting information about who was being more affected and who was less affected, I had that same feeling and I flashed back to that time. And the feeling was this. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, gosh, I feel like I'm seeing some kind of correlation that's just jumping out at me. Does it seem like low vitamin D is explaining everything in terms of how bad it was in some places and not others? So I started Googling, do black people have less vitamin D? The answer is yes. The skin color, etc., doesn't absorb as well, and black people were having much worse experience. And I thought, all right, how about overweight people? Well, sure enough. If you're obese, or if you have diabetes, or if you're just sick, or if you're elderly and you're in a rest home, low vitamin D. But what about those Scandinavian countries? They were ruining everything because the Scandinavian countries didn't seem to have any bad problems, but you would expect to have the least vitamin D just because where they're physically located, less sun. But it turns out, if you look into it, they know they have a vitamin D problem there. So part of their culture is they supplement with vitamin D like crazy. More so than anybody else would. But it's because they need to. So they know they need to. Yeah, fish oil, exactly. They do fish oil to supplement. So it turns out that every place you look for it, vitamin D just stands out as being an obvious thing. So here's what I'm going to say. I think that when this is all said and done, there will be some point at which somebody says, if we had just gotten everybody's vitamin D up, we could have just gone back to work. Now maybe you also have to keep the people in rest homes and old folks homes. You have to probably protect them especially. But for anybody who did not have an obvious comorbidity, I'll bet we could have just supplemented with vitamin D. Because why is it that a virus always goes away in the summer? Could it be that in the summer everybody has more vitamin D? I'm not a scientist. There's not a study that backs this up exactly, although you see little studies that suggest it might be true. But that's where I'm at. So I think we're going to find that vitamin D was the big actor that was unrecognized. All right.